Hi guys, welcome back to Step Chayam. Today we are diving deep into YouTube automation. We are going to look at how successful faceless channels are built from the ground up, how they attract huge audiences, and how they generate real income. I'm walking you through the entire blueprint today. So we'll cover what this business model is, the exact step-by-step process to get started, and the best on tap niches for beginners in 2026. On this video, I'm also going to review the AI tools that handle the hardest part of content creation, how to monetize a channel effectively, and the absolute worst mistake you need to avoid when starting out. To wrap it up, I'm giving you a realistic 90-day roadmap so you know exactly what to do for your first 3 months. So if you are ready to build a YouTube business from behind the scenes, hit the subscribe button and let's dive right into the video. Hey everyone, let's jump right into it. Today, we're decoding the reality of YouTube automation, specifically looking at the 2026 beginner's blueprint. If you've ever wondered how these massive digital content machines are scaling quietly and profitably behind the scenes, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're moving way past the old school idea of a vlogger holding a camera, and we're digging into how modern creator businesses are actually built from the ground up. So let me ask you a question that's probably bouncing around your head right now. What if I told you there are thousands of YouTube channels making serious money without the owner ever once stepping in front of a camera? Is YouTube automation actually real, or is it just another hyped up internet myth? The truth is, there are silent empires out there generating millions of views every single month, running completely behind the scenes. Over the next few minutes, we're going to reveal exactly how these channels operate, how they create real value for viewers, and most importantly, how they turn that value into actual revenue. Here is our exact roadmap for this explainer. First, what is automation? Second, the 10-step workflow. Third, the tools and niches you need to know. Fourth, monetization and pitfalls. And finally, we'll map out a complete 90-day roadmap. All right, part one, what is automation? Simply put, YouTube automation is creating a faceless channel using a team-based or AI assistant workflow to produce and monetize content without ever appearing on camera. To really get this, we need a complete paradigm shift. See, most people think of a YouTube channel like a personal vlog, right? But in that model, the creator is the bottleneck. If they get sick or they just get burnt out, the channel literally dies. YouTube automation treats a channel like a piece of digital real estate. You are building a personality cult. You're building a scalable asset where the content itself is the star. In this model, you are no longer the actor on the stage. You're the executive producer running the whole studio. Moving right along to section 2, the 10-step workflow. The actual engine of this entire business relies on a really strict production pipeline, starting with pre-production. Step 1 is finding a profitable niche. You absolutely cannot skip this. You're looking for a gap in the market, high search volume coupled with low competition. Imagine someone spending 40 hours crafting a stunning cinematic documentary about some highly obscure 18th century poet, only yet 12 views? The foundation just wasn't there. So step 2 is researching specific video ideas within that niche. Step 3 is writing scripts designed to hold attention. And step 4 is creating the voiceovers. If your topic doesn't have an audience or your script totally fails to hook them in the first 10 seconds, the best visuals in the world won't save your video. And that brings us straight into post-production. Step 5 is editing the videos to keep the pacing dynamic and engaging. Step 6 is designing eye-catching thumbnails. Actually, a lot of top creators design a thumbnail and title before they even write the script, because if the packaging doesn't sell a click, the video just won't get watched. Step 7 is writing your SEO titles. Then step 8 is uploading, followed by step 9, optimizing for the platform with the right tags and descriptions. Finally, step 10 is analyzing performance. Listen, pressing upload is literally just the beginning. You have to dive into your analytics. You need to understand your click-through rate to see if your thumbnail is actually working, and your average view duration to tell you if the video is keeping people hooked. All right, section 3, tools and niches. Let's talk about where to actually apply all that workflow. Some of the absolute best, most profitable niches for beginners right now include AI, finance, tech, motivation, self-improvement, business, health, luxury, history, and space. These formats thrive as automated content because the viewer's intent is educational. They don't need a specific human host to get value. But there's a deeper, more strategic reason these specific topics are so popular. CPM, or cost per mil. That's the amount advertisers pay per 1,000 views. For perspective, say you get 100,000 views on a general gaming video, you might make around 150 bucks. But 100,000 views on a video explaining high yield savings accounts, that could easily bring in over $2,000. Advertisers in finance and tech have highly profitable products, so they bid massively higher rates to get in front of that audience. Now, to dominate those high CPM niches, you're going to need a modern tech stack. The synergy between these tools is exactly what makes the 2026 workflows so incredibly fast. You can kick things off by feeding your initial research into ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini to structure a killer script. Once that script is polished, you run it through 11 lamps for a ridiculously realistic, emotive voiceover. Next, you drop that audio into CapCut to auto-generate visuals in a fraction of the time it used to take. Pair that with Canva for designing a clickable thumbnail, and throw in some high-quality music and sound effects from Epidemic Sound. It is a complete end-to-end digital pipeline, and you can run the whole shebang right from your laptop. But of course, this brings up a massive debate in the creator space. Can AI just do everything for you? Well, the reality is that succeeding requires a very careful balance. AI has undeniable advantages when it comes to speed, scalability, and dramatically lowering your costs. But its limitations are pretty severe if you just leave it unchecked. AI fundamentally lacks human nuance. It might spit out a grammatically flawless script, but it doesn't intuitively know how to drop in a perfectly timed joke. It doesn't get current pop culture irony, and it definitely can't feel the emotional pacing of a story. AI requires your creative direction. In 2026, your role isn't doing the manual grunt work. Your role is the director. You bring the taste, the strategy, and that irreplaceable human spark that makes a video actually stand out. That brings us to section 4, monetization and pitfalls. So, once you actually have an audience, how do you turn those views into a sustainable business? Relying solely on the YouTube Partner Program for ad revenue is a classic rookie mistake. Ad revenue is just the baseline. A robust channel completely diversifies its income pie. You can monetize through brand sponsorships. Yes, even without a face, you can pitch companies and have your AI voice read the ad read. You can weave affiliate marketing links into your descriptions to earn commissions on software or gear. You can sell your own digital products like courses or templates. And you can offer exclusive channel memberships for your biggest fans. Layering these multiple revenue streams together is exactly how a fun hobby transitions into a seriously lucrative enterprise. But to get to that point, you've got to survive the journey. And that means avoiding some absolutely lethal traps. The two biggest offenses by far are copying content and reusing copyrighted videos. YouTube's algorithm is insanely sophisticated now. If you try to re-upload other people's work or stitch together Marvel movie clips without adding massive transformative value, you're going to get hit with a reused content penalty. Best case, you get demonetized. Worst case, your channel is shadow banned or just completely deleted. You also have to stop just chasing trends. If you only make videos about whatever is trending on Twitter today, your content has a shelf life of exactly 3 days. You want to build evergreen content that people will still be searching for 5 years from now. You know, a lot of people assume that to build a media company with these tools, you need a massive upfront budget. But here's the absolute best part. You can start this entire journey with $0. Seriously. It's what we call building sweat equity. In the beginning, you're just trading your time for money. You use the free tiers of AI scripting tools, you use free editing software, and you put in the hours yourself. As your channel grows and actually starts generating cash flow, you take those profits and reinvest them. That's when you upgrade your software or head over to Upwork and Fiverr to hire designers and editors to outsource the workflow. But to get off the ground, all it takes is $0 and your own hustle. Finally, Section 5, the 90-day roadmap. Let's inject some realism into what your first 3 months are actually going to look like. Month 1, well, it's often called the Valley of Disappointment. You'll pick your niche, fumble through the editing software, and upload your first videos, and they will probably get very few views. That is totally normal. Month 1 is solely about building the habit of hitting publish. Month 2 is about making 1% improvements. You start looking at your analytics, seeing where people click away, and tweaking your thumbnails. Then, month 3 is where the magic starts to happen. By building real consistency, you finally give the YouTube algorithm enough data to understand who your target audience is, and it starts pushing your content. This is when you can realistically aim for monetization. I really want you to remember this undeniable truth. Every single successful YouTube automation channel started with 0 subscribers. The only difference is that successful creators stayed consistent, kept learning, and never gave up. It's so easy to look at a channel with 1 million subs and feel completely intimidated, but we forget they were once staring at the exact same empty dashboard you are right now. Your first video is not going to be a masterpiece. Actually, you'll probably look back at it next year and cringe. But creating it and putting it out there is mandatory. It could truly be the start of something life-changing. So we've gone from defining what this business model really is, to mapping out the 10-step workflow, dissecting the best niches, and outlining a solid 90-day execution plan. Now, I want to leave you with one final provocative question to chew on. Would you start a YouTube automation channel in 2026? Think about everything we've unpacked today and whether this approach fits your own goals. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.